Hey, I'm Bob. I've been blind since birth, and I'm into Power Rangers. If you like the video, share, like, subscribe, hit the notification button. These things help the channel out. So, holding that Mighty Morphin box set again from Shout Factory, for those of you unable to see. And we're talking about episode 6 of Mighty Morphin today. It's called Food Fight. It aired on September the 4th in 1993. It aired right after Day of the Dumpster. It was the second episode that they chose to air, and I think this one was aired out of order because the kids get their communicators in high five. And if you watch this one right after Dumpster, well, they've already got their communicators, and it doesn't really fit. But if you want to watch it as episode 2, whatever makes you happy, I guess, I choose to watch this as episode 6, where it goes. So I owned this episode on VHS when I was a kid. I picked it up in the summer of '94. I would pick it up from that same Target where I picked up so many other Saban VHS Power Ranger tapes. Actually, my grandma and my aunt did the picking up part. They actually paid for the thing. I just nabbed it by hand. They would direct me toward the VHS tapes that I wanted. You know, if there was nobody else down the aisle, I would just have them do that. It was kind of fun to grab whichever one you were going to take home with you. Just hold it in your hand as you went up to the checkout counter. I thought that was kind of neat. So I did that as much as I could. I thought that was kind of fun. And this one was a fun one. The kids are putting on a food fair. They're trying to raise money so they can buy playground equipment for the little kids at, daycare center, preschool, something like that. And Rita is feeling sick. She is stressed out from making monster after monster. I guess her immune system is just not doing what she wants it to. And she sees that the kids are putting on a food fair, and she's like, I don't want to look at it. Get rid of it. And meanwhile, Bulk and Skull are down there planning, well, a food fight. Rita likes the idea, so she has Finster create a pudgy pig. And this monster was one of my favorites as a kid. I own the action figure too. I would say I wish Hasbro would make that, but they actually are making a pudgy pig for the Lightning Collection. So I can't wait to eventually get that and review that. Anyway, my cat's done with his canned cat food. I got to go take the plate up. He's letting me know he's done. He's done with his food. We'll talk about more food in just a second. All right. So, yeah, Finster makes his pudgy pig, sends it down to Earth, and he starts eating everything in sight. Meanwhile, Bulk and Skull start the food fight. They've been planning for it. They've got a couple of bully buddies to help them out, and it's just chaos. I wish I had descriptive audio narration for this specific episode. Well, all of them, really. I think it would be cool to have descriptive audio tracks for every episode of Power Rangers. That would take a while, though. So I guess our Rangers aren't participating in the fight. I would think they're trying to stop the chaos. Mr. Kaplan shows up, and this food fight comes to a screeching halt, or a yelling halt, because somehow his toupee gets knocked off of his head. And when Mr. Kaplan, the principal, yells, it's like the apocalypse. You stop what you're doing and you listen as this man unleashes wrath. It's, that little phrase of his. I mean, if I'd been there and heard that is it, I don't envy those kids. Never did when I was a kid either. So he puts Jason in charge of the cleanup crew, and I think he did that because, he knows that Jason and his pals are actually going to clean up. I don't know if other kids would or wouldn't, but he trusts Jason. So they do get called away to the command center because the pig is eating everything. So they, of course, morph. Things don't go so well for the guys and the gals because the pig eats their weapons and he zaps them into some vortex. I think my grandma said he shot lasers out of his nose when I was a kid. At least I think that's what she said. White lasers or something like that. And while they're spinning around in his little piggy vortex, he's back at the food fair. He's eating the leftovers from the food fight. just helping him out. You know, he's a considerate pig. He's very considerate because he sets them down in the park. They're demorphed, but hey, I mean, he didn't hurt them. Nice monster, don't you think? So yeah, they get back to the food fair and they notice he didn't touch the radishes because they're spicy. I think I remember him distinctly saying yuck whenever he passes that particular area where the radishes are. And so that's his weakness. They morph. They put some radishes in something else to make it look like it's not at all spicy. And of course, he eats it. He throws up their weapons. I don't think I'd want to touch those after they'd been in his gullet. But they do. They form the power blaster and they blast him with that big old beam. And the pig is done. He is well done, I guess. And, you know, Rita is still sick. And, man, Finster was kind of full of himself after he made the pig. There was this one scene when Rita was looking for him. I always liked it when I was a kid. He was just kind of, you know, enjoying the pig causing chaos. And he was like, oh, I'll make her wait for a little while, and then I'll watch him triumph. I was like, good for you, Finny. Good for you, man. But anyway, it was a fun episode. Mr. Kaplan, he tells them, hey, I know you guys weren't responsible, but, you know, I guess you had him clean up anyway. Because like I said, I mean, he trusts Jason and the rest of the Rangers. And he pays for some food and gets his toupee knocked off again because it's apparently spicy food and he's just desperate for water. Everybody laughs, though, including Mr. Kaplan. It's always nice to have a happy Kaplan and not an angry Kaplan. I vastly prefer happy Kaplan. Thank you very much. So that will do for Food Fight. Next time, we're going to be talking about the episode Big Sisters, and we'll learn how you solve a problem like Maria in that particular episode. So yeah, I'm gonna go warm up some pork loins that I had eaten the previous night, that I had cooked on my Foreman last night. Whether or not it is made of the actual pudgy pig, well, I'll never tell. So yeah, in the meantime, stay away from spicy foods if you're allergic to that stuff. Don't get your power weapons eaten by any food yoinking oinkers. And yeah, have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.